In the vibration of authenticity, you will harmonize with source frequency, unlock the keys to the universe, and then, light warrior, you will become the person that you came here to be. Oh, it's good to see everyone. I've been looking very forward to present balancing the spirit and the ego, the authentic truth. And I'm glad to share it all with you live tonight. And, you know, a lot of times there are many subconscious programs and they're not presented authentically. And that's what yours truly is here to do. So when we sit back and we look at a lot of these subconscious programs and we see it in the vibration of authenticity, we can improve the quality of our everyday life. So a lot of times we hear certain terms or there's certain expectations. And today we're going to learn a little bit more about authenticity and how we go about our journey so that we can all become who we came here to be. So it's good to see everyone tonight. I hope we're not glitching already. So we have a lot in store tonight. If the chat is still glitching, let me know. I see everyone is from all over. And that's what we're all doing. We're connecting from all over. But it's been a great honor to have this in front of me. And, you know, it brings me great joy to teach the truth. And, you know, I look forward to sharing these truths with all of you, because doesn't seem like there's many out there that want to do it. They are out there, but they're few and far between. That's why we're the Rainbow Warriors, and we're here to learn the truth. All right, let me know in the chat if you're not tuning in live. I'm just giving everyone a minute to get in, and then we're going to hammer away on this. A very important topic, empaths. I know my empaths are here. We want to understand a little bit more about our journey, and we want to know how to make the most of our everyday life. So today, when I present, I'm going to be presenting with everyday life examples that people can relate to, because this is a very interesting topic, and a lot of people are not getting the authentic truth, and many empaths are being taken advantage of. So we need to know that everything serves a purpose. If you saw our beautiful world famous thumbnail, if you look at the yin yang, right, you see that little dot that's inside, right? That represents the ego, all right? And in this case, we need it, but we need it to cause balance, and it's for protection for our journey. So we always want to have balance, and I always like to refer to the wise words of my great Nana. There's a time for this and a time for that. And this message tonight is going to be very important, very authentic. Understanding there's a time for this and a time for that. Balancing the spirit and the ego, because everything serves a purpose. I hope we're not glitching already. I might need to stand back a little bit. So I'm going to break down 3 mini topics. We're going to relate this to the standards of maybe a healthy life, or working out, your physical body, maybe your appearance, grooming, and mind or intellect. And I'm going to use these 3 categories and relate it to everyday life examples so we all can get a little bit more authentic understanding. I'm glad that some people are not glitching. So, but we're gonna start now, and I see the 5-minute mark. I think we'll do that going forward if you are tuning in, not live. We're gonna get the work done at the 5-minute mark. Everyone should be in. So today we're going to learn the authentic truth of the balance of the spirit and ego. Hello, everyone. I am Michael, and I help guide people on the evolutionary journey. When we're in the vibration of authenticity, we will unlock the keys to the universe. There have been many subconscious programs that have been given to us, but sometimes these subconscious programs do not teach us the authentic truth, and we cannot improve the quality of our everyday lives. Today, we're going to understand a little bit more about the spirit and the ego and how they are connected and how they serve in harmony, like the yin yang. So, spirit is your essence. What does it include? It includes intellect, emotions, passions, fears, creativity. That is your essence. The ego, or the authentic ego, works for protection, works to achieve a balance with our moral and idealistic standards. We all have a personal identity. This is our spirit. This is our essence. As we go forth on our journey in this dimension, we have standards, and the ego is there to give balance for our spirit. And the ego serves an important role. But we also don't want to tip the scales too far. Now, the reason why many beings are totally thrown deep within their ego is due to the matrix and subconscious programs. But we must understand the ego is only here for balance, and it should not be pushed aside. So each and every one of you are going to have a personal identity, and you're going to have standards. So what is your spirit again? Intellect, emotions, passions, fears, creativity. That's your spirit. And everyone will have different standards. So maybe on your journey, you might have the standard of you might want to be physically fit. Now, that is our standard. And it could come in many forms. So you might want to work out or live a healthy lifestyle. But we don't want to get it thrown too much into the ego. So that is our standard. So what it means, the ego, it does not allow us to get lazy and fall short of our standard. Now, sometimes, just like anything in life, there's peaks and valleys, and not overdoing it. So when you get too much in the ego, you might go too far with that standard of working out or physical fitness or health. So we want to live healthy, but not be consumed by this standard. We'll miss out on life. So we need that balance. It's there to keep us in check, not be lazy. Maybe we have the standard that we don't want to just sit on the couch and just be lazy and weak. Maybe we have the standard of being strong, but we need to do the best we can and not lose that focus, not fall too far into the ego. The ego is just here to keep balance. A lot of us on our journey, and I've shared this already, have seen how easy it is to fall off this particular standard, especially when things are not available and they want to keep you inside. But laziness is actually, it could get you really, really fast. But when we have that mental focus of that standard of our spirit, that we want to be in physical shape, that's going to get us to move. Now, on my journey, I like to have that standard. And I have that barrier of now I'm not going to cross that and get lazy and stop. So I've been training for many years. I even competed in bodybuilding competitions. Got my championship back there, right? But I competed as a middleweight. And sometimes in the ego, sometimes we got to get bigger and bigger and bigger. But maybe if it's our standard to live a healthy lifestyle and work out, we go to the gym or do whatever the activity is, and we hold the standard that our spirit wants to have a strong physical vessel. It is also important to mental health because mental health and physical health go together. We've been discussing that for a long time. So this is where the balance comes into play. You could miss out on beautiful days maybe if you're stuck in the gym, right? Sometimes there's a time for this and a time for that. We work out, we hold that standard, we don't get lazy, but we don't want it to consume our everyday life. Now, on my journey, I recently hurt my shoulder, but I'm coming back, Light Warriors. I'm coming back. And a lot of you, I listen. And if I'm too much in the ego and I say, oh, after I got hurt a little over a month and a half ago, I had to start over. And if the ego gets in the way, you might go back too soon and hurt yourself. And then you fall all the way back down. So you could say, oh, you know what? I can identify that maybe I'm not in the best shape of my life at this moment, but there's a time for healing. And don't force it because the ego says, I need to get back right away. So sometimes we need to take our time. That's a real life example of how not to allow the ego to throw you off your path. So another time where we could find balance with the spirit and the ego is your appearance. We all have appearances, right? Now, sometimes it could get us too much into the ego, but it's going to set a standard. And we might want to, groom ourselves however it is. I might have shaped up my beard, right? I want to look presentable, right? Maybe wear a nice shirt, not a ripped t-shirt, But if that's not the standard, that's okay as well. But we don't have to overdo this appearance, this physical standard. And say on my journey, a real life example, I like to be tan. There's no tanning salon around me right now. So I haven't been tan. It's been gloomy and I'm not as tan, say, as maybe I want to be. If I'm in my ego, I say, oh, I don't like the way that I look. I might not go in front of all the people and no one hears the message because I'm too much in the ego. So you want to have an appearance, but you can't let it control you. I originally shared an example with all of you. There was a day that I filmed a video. I was sitting on the beach and I was eating a sandwich that had poppy seeds in the bagel. And when I was done and I filmed the video on the beach, I couldn't really see. You can see the glare. I couldn't see perfectly. I came home and I see the video and there's my smile. And all in my teeth are these poppy seeds. Oh, well, I posted the video anyway. Tammy, thank you very much. Love and blessings to you as well. I appreciate you. I posted the video anyway, because if I'm too much in the ego, then that's going to prevent, say, me from sharing a message. You know, sometimes I'm out and about and I look like heck at that time, but maybe I see a beautiful spot in nature and I had a great idea and I want to share it, and I have an energy in the message I want to share. And maybe I just finished up in the gym and I'm all over the place, right? Like maybe tonight I might have groomed myself so I'm all nice and presentable. Am I presentable tonight? Right? But maybe I just, you know, went to the gym, hypothetically, my hair's all over the place and everything's all over the place. And, you know, the message comes out anyway. The message comes out anyway. So that's where we have the balance. If we have that standard, we might not be lazy about it, but we can't let it take or get the best of us and be afraid in our ego. Woo! I don't like the way I look. We do the best we can, and we come forth every single day. Put your best foot forward. And sometimes if there's poppy seeds in your teeth, you got to just post the video. If there's poppy seeds in your teeth, just post the video. If that ever happens and I motivate, just post the video. Doesn't matter. In society right now, we see how the matrix has consumed people in the ego. And this comes in the form of filters. It seems that many people cannot just take a picture without filters anymore. You don't even know what these people actually look like. So we should always do the best we can, but we need to be real, because the filter is not who we are. You know, you could take the filter, make the silly, you know, face, all that. That's not who we are. This is our authentic self. And you'd be surprised how many people authentically like how you look without the filter. But when we're too much in the ego, we can't present who we are all the time. I assure you that people will like you because there's just something about you. Everything is an energy. So we need to break free of maybe being too far out of balance on that aspect. Mind or intellect. We should always have the drive to learn and grow every single day. And more or less now, it seems that a lot of people are in their ego when it comes to their intellect. A lot of you know this scenario. You need to understand that you always have to have an open mind, because then you have room to expand your consciousness. But when we're too much in the ego, then we get, I must be right. I must be right. Some of you know people like that. Let me know in the chat if you know people like that. That's like a big thing now, right? I must be right. And that's when we're too much in the ego. We want to have the drive to have intellect. We want to have the drive to learn and show how much that we learned. And we want to help others. But sometimes when it comes to subconscious programs, people are too much in their ego. This comes in the form of what's called cognitive dissonance. Some people are aware of this term. We should always keep an open mind. Today, I'm showing us the balance. I appreciate that. I'm showing us the authentic balance of the authentic spirit and the authentic ego. Our spirit, our essence, has standards: intellect, emotions, passions, fears, and creativity. The ego is here to protect our standards, but we want to have a moral balance and not fall too much in the idealistic. We talked about a few things tonight. You know, like, oh, you know, say if we work out our physical body, I want to look a certain way. We do the best we can. You know, oh, I want to look a certain way appearance-wise, you know. My nose is my nose. That's it. You know, that's it. And intellect. We have to keep an open mind that there are many different possibilities. Sometimes we hear things like what we're presenting tonight, and people, they never heard of these things, or, you know, they say, oh, you know, the ego's bad all the time. The ego is very important when it comes to self-respect. Self-respect, light warriors, self-respect. The ego protects us from two things. It protects us from inside, right? We have to learn to protect our own mind. And out there, right? Lower vibrational beings. We have to protect ourselves at all times and have self-respect. We're learning the difference between authenticity and perfect. We have standards, we have goals and dreams, but we don't have to be perfect. All we need to do is be authentic. This is very important on our journey. And you're not here to be someone's doormat, empaths. You're not here to be someone's doormat. This is your everyday life, and we're balancing these energies because it's only here for protection. And we should know when it's relevant and when it's not. So a lot of times when this comes into play, it comes to play when maybe there's another person. And we always want to have self-respect. Always, when you don't feel respected, we should walk away. But a lot of times, what people do, they are acting, or the ego is not in alignment with authentically how we should be going about our everyday life. You are a perfect, sovereign being, and you're here to experience your life, and others should never harm you. And a lot of times, people get harmed, and we know we're not here to be someone's doormat. But what we're losing focus in sometimes is when we use the ego to protect ourselves. A lot of times we walk away, and I used the scenario once before. You're on the beach, it's nice and quiet, and someone brings a loud, obnoxious radio, sits right next to you, and the whole beach is open. And then you move away with respect. And then that person moves next to you, blaring that radio, and you move away again. And now they're following you with that annoying radio. Eventually, you need to protect your everyday life. So a lot of times, people, they're losing self-respect. Never be fearful to walk away. Walk away, light warriors. Walk away. And what we see a lot of times is inversion. And a lot of times we're seeing people, and a lot of you have communicated this with me. Sometimes we get in relationships, for example. And, you know, you might go on your journey and you might meet someone and you want to show them maybe love and affection, but you might get an excuse like, oh, well, my ex-boyfriend did this or my ex-girlfriend did this to me, so I'm going to attack you. The past is not an excuse for how someone treats someone that's showing love. What we should identify is protecting yourself when you're in the situation. If we're in a situation that our spirit is being disrespected in emotions, passions, fears, or creativity, now is the time to protect ourselves and walk away. Emotions, passions, fears, creativity. And we should have the courage, if this happens, to not take it out on others. Because when everyone has the courage, the cycle will stop. So I know a lot of you, we all have different, it could come in many forms, but we need to understand this balance. I always remember the words of Dr. Joe Dispenza. You might know him. And he said, sometimes you'll hear a person and he'll say to, Dr. Joe, say, oh, you're an idiot. And he says, he just laughs because he knows it's not true. Everything is going to be exposed in the light, the truth. And when you're a 5D sovereign being, don't let these things affect you. When we're understanding the balance of the spirit and the ego, it's here for our protection, for our personal identity. Your personal identity, your spirit, should be protected. So today we're understanding the authentic meaning of spirit and ego. This concept was hijacked so that narcissistic beings can take advantage of people. You know our motto, Light Warriors: do no harm, but take no shift. Many people have been taken advantage of. Today, we outlined the meanings of spirit and the meanings of the authentic ego. I know in our society, because of subconscious programs of the matrix, it kind of forces people to really be in the ego. But there's a time for this and a time for that. You're not here to be someone's doormat. And also, don't be trapped in your mind. You're all beautiful just the way you are. And we all have standards. Not every standard has to be the same. You have your standards. Don't be ashamed of your standards, Light Warriors. They're your standards, not what someone else wants for you. So today, when we understand balance, the source frequency comes out of the sacred heart. So when you're in alignment with that energy, you will unlock infinite potential and infinite possibilities. The vibrations of fear and shame have prevented our people from becoming the person that they came here to be. We're here as the warriors of the rainbow with the full armor of God. This is the authentic truth, and this is your everyday life. So make the most of it, Light Warrior. I love you all. And let's take back control of our everyday lives. And so it is. How was that one, Light Warriors? I appreciate all of you. You know, I wanted to, I told you I was going to present this again. A lot of you might have seen the classic version of this. I did that about a year and a half ago, balancing the spirit and the ego. But we need to understand the authentic truth about these things. Sometimes we feel maybe ashamed to stand up for ourselves. But I appreciate that, Tim. Yes, we're taking back our control, especially our empaths. Our empaths have been taken advantage of. Sometimes there are programs, I won't even call them teachings, but programs that prevent people from taking back their power so that they can be doormats for conniving ones. That's a good idea. I like that idea. And that's what it all comes down to. A lot of us, we need to know that we're here to represent our spirit. And yeah, the matrix is broken. Chris, it's my honor to do this, Chris. You know, you're going to see a lot of people. It feeds my spirit to teach the truth. Because a lot of times we're going to see people and, you know, they're going to say certain things, but they're not going to serve your greatest purpose. And a lot of times they're hypocrites. So the vibration of authenticity is so important during this time period. And it's so important for you to become the person that you came here to be. And we're seeing this worldwide, Light Warriors. You know, so, you know, we always want to remember even the words of Dr. Bruce Lipton. Language was designed to hide feelings. Corinne, thank you very much. I appreciate you. It's my honor to do this. It's my honor to teach things that are going to improve the quality of our everyday lives and not be a carbon copy, right? The ones that just copy, we know them. But, you know, we're an interesting and very expansive community. And, you know, a lot of times we're not aware, and that's going to be our, I wanted to present this first so that we're going to understand the next part of this, and that's how to protect ourselves from the narcissist. And we're going to learn the truth of where and how they hide and take advantage. And we're saying no more. We're saying no more to taking advantage. And this is important work, even if our spirit irritates some demons. Because of our children. And, you know, we don't tolerate bullying. And that goes across the board, even to adults. And that's why these lessons, we're going to continue more of these lessons. I appreciate that, Dharma. We're a good community. We're the island of misfit toys. That's what we are. If you guys haven't seen that one, that was a fun one. You know, and that's why I chose to do this topic live. You know, a lot of times we could always cut and paste. We could see something or, you know, and just copy the same thing because it's the popular thing to do. But when we're live and we're doing it together, authenticity comes to the top. I know, KLA, it happens. Yes, you're all my soul family. And I appreciate you. I appreciate your presence, and I appreciate your attention. Yeah. I appreciate all of you. You know, we could get in our mind. So I want us all to remember it's also in ourselves. We don't want to become overwhelmed with the ego. More and more and more is not always good, right? We can have the standards, and I shared some real life examples today. But, you know, we don't want to become overwhelmed inside our minds. We can be defeated. I know we also talked about out there. We could be defeated within our own mind. I can reflect on many times, maybe, you know, I have my standards of myself, and I didn't like the quality maybe of a video, or I was scared, or maybe, you know, maybe a little concerned. Maybe, oh, what is someone going to say? Keep going. That's when you have to put your ego to the side. And every once in a while, there's, you know, a time where it says, you know, this is not good, you know, but we can't be afraid to not be perfect. We're here to be authentic. Not to say we're going to be lazy. Not to say we're going to be lazy. We're putting our best foot forward. We talk about mental health, physical health. They're connected. We always want to put our best foot forward. If you want to attract something into your everyday life, you want to put your best foot forward. But you don't have to be perfect every single day. I ain't perfect every single day. The spirit comes first. The ego is there simply to protect your standards. And you make little barriers or boundaries. I did a video a long time ago. Protect your boundaries. This is important. Sometimes, you know, if people don't like the message, it's because they want to take advantage of you. And I'm not having it. Teach the truth. Teach the truth. And, I think I have to bring the vibration down. Is it still glitching? It's all right. We're doing it live, so it's authentic. You never know. You know, that's why, you know, I practice what I preach. I'll bring a different energy to different videos, and even within the video itself, bring different energies, right? Sometimes I'm swinging the sword of authenticity. It might be tough with strength. And sometimes we're just having a good time and we're laughing. So a lot of times we need to know that life is a journey, and it's a lesson. And we also want to make the most of our life. You came here for a reason. You didn't come here to live someone else's life. You came here to live your life. And that's where the purpose of the ego authentically comes into play. We're the warriors of the rainbow. So sometimes, especially, thank you, Random Channel. I appreciate that. I like that name. You know, we need to be real, and we don't need to be what other people want us to be. We don't want to be consumed also. You know, and I've watched, I mean, I've watched so many people be destroyed by the Matrix, and they can't just be themselves. So I hope that one day I will help create a world where people will not be afraid to be who they are. You should see how difficult it is, especially for children. trying to please others and thinking that, they have to withhold someone else's standard, not theirs. Everyone should know that your spirit is your essence, and that's who you are. You have standards, and they should be protected. Intellect, emotions, passions, fears, creativity. That's you. And when we achieve balance, we're becoming the person we came here to be. Sometimes on my journey, I know I'm a little, what would you say, different, right? But if I gave a shift what other people thought about what I was doing, I would maybe be too fearful, the satanic vibration, maybe feel shame, and not get the work done. That's why we're the warriors of the rainbow. Sometimes we think that, what does warrior mean? It's to go through the subconscious programs. There's so many subconscious programs that are here to beat our people down. That's why we're the warriors of the rainbow, to break through the mind control of these programs. That's good, right? Oh, I hope I could say the name right. I appreciate that, though. I don't know if I could say it. Revan is the end of the word. Thank you very much. I appreciate the heart jumping out of the chest, though. I appreciate it very much. But yeah, that's great, though. That's great. At least we got laughs in the chat. I appreciate you very much. But sometimes you got to say, right? And that's being authentic. And, it's live. It is what it is, Lady Liberty. We're live right now. Let's see them do it live, right? I'll do it live, right? We have to lead by example. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to do things that haven't been done before. I'm here to do it without fear and without shame. And those vibrations are used to keep people in their ego, and the ego, in that case, is used against you. Like, think about leverage, right? Leverage, you could leverage things, and it could be used against you. So we want to understand the authentic truth about this balance, and we need to achieve balance. We're not here to be someone's doormat, but you cannot be consumed in your mind, because in your mind, you could be defeated before you even start. So that's what the warrior does. We're the Hopi prophecy fulfilled. That's what we are. And we're getting the job done. And, I hope that this message was helpful for all the authentic light workers and all people. These are just, names. There are no labels in the fifth dimension, just energy. That's what we are. But some people, we have fake virtue, right? We ever hear of fake virtue? We see a lot of hypocrites. I must be right. Some people that want to mock and shame. Blasphemy. Teach the truth. Teach the truth. And I hope today, let him be gone. Anyway, Light Warriors, I am here to burn this matrix to the ground. There's such a difference between the frequencies. And, the false idols, how people were tricked and controlled to be in that vibration of gotta be perfect. I'm the essence of authenticity. And that's why perfect will always fall to authenticity. I already slayed that demon. You just haven't seen it yet. Yep. I appreciate that, all of you. Yeah, we're gonna burn this matrix to the ground. But we're gonna see the truth, especially within the spiritual community. So, you know, nothing can hide from the truth. You could run, but you can't hide. And, you know, I appreciate all of you, and I appreciate your attention. I appreciate your presence, because collectively we're all creating this together. I protect you. You protect me. I might raise your vibration, and I assure you, you all raise my vibration. We're all in balance, and we're all in harmony. And that's what this is all about. It was my honor to present this. I know I did this a long time ago. Some of you have seen that video. You know, my skills, I could critique it authentically. I don't have to be in my ego. The video, the abilities that I had year one might not have been, you know, the abilities that I have now. We're always improving, and we need to understand that. That's why I've never taken a video down. I never saw a video and said, oh, I don't like it. I didn't do a good job. I'm ashamed of it. I ain't ashamed. I ain't ashamed of being authentic. Use this to help guide you, light warriors. Go through these energies with the armor. I appreciate you. Thank you. You'd be surprised, Apple. Yeah. So remember these things. Remember the tactics, and remember the authentic truth. We want to always achieve balance. There's a time for this and a time for that. If you have stumbled across this message, I appreciate if you subscribe to our channel. This is our community. We're here to clean everything up. It's a tough job, but somebody has to do it. I appreciate that. You know, the vibration of weakness can never be with the vibration of strength. So don't be afraid to be strong. These are subconscious programs to hold you back. Each and every one of you can accomplish your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, which come from your essence, which is your spirit. And the ego is there to protect your standards and boundaries. But just don't get too trapped in the ego, because it might get you to not even get the ball rolling. So, you know, I hope that I used a lot of relevant everyday life examples, because they are, you know, relevant. You know, I hope that, you know, this resonates with you. Just put your best foot forward and keep moving forward. That's all you can do. We don't want to be lazy, but we're just doing the best that we can. We could be authentic. And I hope we understand this concept of balance, because I know that it's very hard. A lot of people see certain things and, you know, but always throw out, you know, those that want to, like the gossipers, right? You know, people that gossip. Did you hear? Right? Just be yourself and shine your light, and don't worry about those other things, because then you're going to lose focus in who you are, you know, and that's why we go forth with the vibration of strength. So, you know, I am that I am, and this is who I am, and this is what you get. And when you're at a place of authenticity, it's a beautiful place to be. You have no idea how powerful you will be in authenticity. That kind of rhymes, right? So, you know, it's my honor to do this. And I did a vote a little while back. I know, you know, I always keep my word. I'm going to get these topics done. So I wanted to get this first. And yes, Benjamin, we can't stand it. But that's why they do it, Benjamin, because they're so weak. That's why they have to do it. And that's why we're going to learn the next time we do this type of topic, we're going to learn how to protect ourselves from the narcissist. The Rainbow Warriors are here. And we're going to teach the truth. And I appreciate all of you. Authenticity does rule. I'm grateful for all of you as well. And, you know, I hope that this inspired you. We learned the truth about this. If you're just tuning in right now, just watch the first 20 minutes and you get the gist of this. And yes, we're all scattered all around the world. We're on every continent, and we're going to keep sharing the truth, and we're going to raise the vibration, and we're going to clean up this mess. If you find this message interesting and you would like to learn more about our reality in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, why don't you click subscribe, give the video a like so it becomes visible to more people, and please share with one other person, because if we all share with one other person, we will rapidly grow our 5D community. The authentic teacher of the 5D earth. I appreciate all of you. And don't worry about anything out there. The energy is inside of you. You're perfect just the way you are. Let's break free of subconscious programs that don't serve our greatest purpose. Don't worry about them, light warriors. Of course you know why. We cannot control what is around us. However, we can control from within. Be conscious of balance, spirit, and the ego. Use this to raise your vibration and increase your electromagnetism. Life is so much better when we are all together. If you find this message inspiring or know someone that could benefit from it, please share this message. Dear ones, I am Michael. We are the 144,000 warriors of the rainbow. It is time to take back our everyday lives. I appreciate all of you. I hope that you learned something new today. When you say, Michael, I learned something new today, it makes my day. That's what I aspire to do. I learned something new today. That's what really brightens my day. You know, you're all my family, and you make this journey a lot nicer, and I appreciate all of you. I hope this message was helpful for all of you. Have a great day. Namaste. All right, guys, more to come. I'm going to keep moving forward. I'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye.